Before I get into today's video, remember to follow me on Twitter. So my Twitter, the link is in the description below. You can also find me. My handle is @JacksonKruger. Come over, say hi. And anyways, back to your regularly scheduled video. So we got to see some more of Zach Wilson. And once again, he was very good. The stats are good. Again, I don't care that much about stats, but they were good if you do care about them. 9 for 11 with 128 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, although 1 touchdown was a very easy throw. Even the other one was interesting. We'll talk about that. But yeah, as a whole, I thought that Wilson did pretty much everything well. There was only one negative I had in his entire game. Everything else, I thought he played really well. And again, for someone like Zach Wilson, you guys know how big of a fan of Zach Wilson I am. I think that he is incredible, and he did a lot really well, so I won't blabber too much. Let's just get into the film study. So we'll start off with this play. What's going to happen on this one? It's nothing too crazy, but, you know, it's a little bit more of what we saw in the first preseason game. This is a 3rd down and 8. I believe this is zone coverage, actually. It kind of looks like man, but I do believe this is zone coverage and just a little bit of a disguise. You have Corey Davis running over the middle, and watch what's going to happen. So right when this play starts, you're going to see that Wilson is going to make this throw. Again, such a beautiful ball right there, just the way it looks. And you see that Corey Davis is open, so it's not exactly the highest degree of difficulty throw. But what's kind of better about this isn't just necessarily the throw itself, but just how accurate it is. I mean, look, just a thing of beauty. Perfectly thrown in terms of how much mustard you want to put on it, how fast it is, and perfectly accurate. It's a small thing, one small play, but I figured we'll start off with just him doing a simple thing very well. Now, there was this play, which was a negative. I try to be, very clear about there's positives and there's negatives of every player in pretty much every game. Let's talk about them both. On this play, it's going to be a designed rollout. You have, again, Corey Davis kind of running underneath the coverage. You're going to flip it over to him. It's a pretty simple play, but, it can be effective. And look, right when this play starts, Wilson's going to fake the handoff. And this is actually very similar to a play that we saw him make last week. One of the things that Wilson has gotten a ton of praise for, and rightfully so, we'll talk about that in a second, is his ability to make great throws sort of off balance when he doesn't, get a great opportunity to keep his feet planted. This is an opportunity for him to throw off balance, which is good. What's not going to be as good is going to be the throw itself. I mean, look, he underthrew it right here. Unless there was a miscommunication. Him and Davis did have a miscommunication in the first preseason game, so that's possible. But the reality is, I think that's just a missed throw. It's okay. He's not going to make every throw. Every quarterback misses throws. To me, that's a missed throw. Not a big deal. All right, let's get to this play. This is the play. This is what we saw him do in college all the time. These off-platform, throwing the ball 40 yards down the field kind of things. I was hopeful that we'd finally get to see one of these in the NFL. And while it's not the regular season yet, I have a feeling at some point it will be. Here in the preseason, he's able to make just an incredible play. And I'm telling you, this guy does this kind of stuff consistently. It's not like this is the fluke play. So anyways, it's zone coverage, and you see the way this concept is supposed to work. The New York Jets' #1 receiver, so the guy closest to the top of the screen, he's going to run a deep route and then eventually cut over the middle a little bit. And in this, it's quarters coverage, the corner who's in charge of covering deep will eventually kind of naturally go over the middle to make sure he's covering that #1 receiver. Then you have the #2 receiver lag behind a little bit, but then he goes into the zone that the corner towards the offense's right, was before he moved towards the middle of the field. He gets open. That's the way this play is supposed to work. And right when this play starts, it's a fake handoff, and there's 2 things to note. One, the play downfield is working perfectly. It's wide open. That's great. And if Zach Wilson makes this throw right now, okay, you got a big completion, potentially a touchdown. That's fantastic. However, on the other side, things aren't going as well. You look at the offensive line, there is pressure right here. And this is kind of, I think, some of the concern that the Jets fans have about their offense. They've added wide receiver talent. They have Zach Wilson. But the issue is their offensive line, it still doesn't appear to be the best on paper. But what's interesting about it is going to be that Zach Wilson is so good at navigating the pocket, he can sometimes render that useless. Not always, but sometimes. Obviously, there are still going to be times when pressure matters, but watch what happens on this play. Wilson does make the move, throws on to run, moving to his right, throwing sort of to his left at that point because he was moving, he was so far tilted over, and just an incredible throw. That's why the Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson comparisons have been made. It's plays like that, which I'm telling you, it's not just highlight reel level plays. He makes that throw more often than he misses it. And there was a small thing on his, on this touchdown pass right here that was, it was surprising. So this is really interesting, actually. It's zone coverage. You see two routes he could potentially throw to. He's going to start off looking towards the tight end's route that's to his left. And this is really interesting. So watch what happens. Look, right when this play starts, so Wilson is looking towards his left right here. What I find so amazing about this is how he's going to move his head back and forth a little bit. Because what I think he's doing here, and admittedly I could be wrong, again, I can't interview him after the game, so I don't know this, but what I believe he's doing is he reads that this play looks good, which it does. It looks like the tight end is about to get open. I think what he wants to do is make sure the safety doesn't come over and knock this ball away quickly. So he is using his eyes to his benefit. Because what I want you to do is don't watch the field, don't watch the secondary, just watch Zach Wilson himself. Watch him then look to his right, then back to his left really quickly. That does help make the throw just before the safety comes in and makes the play. The other option is he legitimately just, looked to another read really quickly and really quickly got off to it. But I think that he was just using his eyes. If that's not the case, well, then he does a great job of surveying the field. So either way, it's a positive. But I believe it's the bigger positive, in my opinion, which is he's already understanding how to use his eyes, which it's rare for rookie quarterbacks. Very rare. So yeah, that's my thought on Zach Wilson. I thought he had yet another good performance in the preseason. He's having a great preseason. And again, how much does the preseason matter? That's up for debate. I think it does. I always stand by that. I would love to see if there's some data you can use to figure that out, but I don't know how I would gather that. So that would be fun, though, to try to figure that out. As a whole, though, I did think that Zach Wilson, listen, I said he was the best quarterback in the draft. And to me, he's clearly looked like it so far through this preseason, halfway through the preseason now at this point. I feel very confident in how good he is. His arm talent is clearly incredible. He hasn't made really any mistakes in terms of mental mistakes so far. I think he's probably the only, even like Mac Jones has made some footwork errors here and there. Zach Wilson looks incredible. Again, how much can I say about Wilson? I haven't already said, not too much, but again, very good stuff from Wilson. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Is Zach Wilson the best? Let me know. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.